way, that microphone's dying.
Oh, is it close to dying? Alright.
Yeah. I put it in a call for texting him like you know, like a charge one or like recharge it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's dying. Check to see if that one works.
It has 2 bars, so that's something. Let me check the other mic and see if this also.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that one came from. What's that beer?
Oh, this is like a plug-in mic.
Yeah.
That's actually, I don't. Oh, there's batteries in here, so there is a way to get past this. So if it dies, you have extra batteries.
Alright.
Probably not get too close to the speakers. All right, people, welcome to the panel. A couple of things, I'll be lost. I'm sorry for running late to you all. But this is about maintaining the agenda. There will be a bunch of One Piece, slander, and debate today. So you're probably wondering, what is agenda piece? Well, if you don't know the YouTuber by the name of JD Legend, there's a very notable quote. It's not about the story. It's not about reading comprehension. It's about the agenda. We don't care about the bullshit of like what Oda planned next for the story. No. We care who's fraudulent, who's actually goated. That's what truly matters. And for tonight, that's what we're going to be discussing. So, where did it get started? Well, it's hard to pinpoint exactly where, but as I mentioned, the one known as JD Legend is the one who popularized. Oh wow, it's showing off. It's not showing off the entire thing. It's crazy.
It's the input of your projector.
Yeah.
I have to change that. For the record, hi, name is Michael. Some people call me Big Fish. You might have saw me at the Smash tournament recently. I came pretty much straight from that. So it's fixed. It's kind of fixed by it. Thank you so much. So here we have a list of other YouTubers. Picture before saw it was of JD Legend, done by a fan. We have other ones here like BDA Law. If you heard of King of Lightning, I know he's also reviewed Naruto. And then there is Murphy Napier, who did not start off as a One Piece fan, but got caught up in it, and now is a part of the agenda. So as we get to this, you're wondering, what does it look like, right? What are the key things of agenda piece? Key quotes from a real one. Only cares about what's really important. So, for those examples, a pretty famous one is Zoro Racist. Now, if you know anything about One Piece, you probably have noticed that almost every opponent that Zoro has fought has a little melanin in them. They definitely ain't light skinned. And some people might say, oh, there was Kaku. He was a white guy with a long nose. But do we forget? He turned into a giraffe. And what are giraffes? Exactly. Rest my case. Maybe for another example, which actually will be our first topic for today, where I want to hear if you want to defend or if you want to support this. You want to defend Mihawk from the fraud allegations? Because he has some pretty strong allegations against him. So, raise your hand if you're interested in defending Mihawk's honor today.
We must maintain the agenda.
I've only seen Mihawk in the live action.
You don't think he's in the live action?
No, he's in the live action. I saw him.
Yeah. Oh, he's here today?
No.
Oh, yeah. No, he's...
I thought in the Netflix adaptation.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Nobody wants to defend our man.
Because he hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not an agenda that should be
Advantageous to the both of us.
defended.
I think it would be advantageous to the both of us.
You know what? Right. So how about this? Since nobody wants to defend Mihawk's honor, I will do the pleasures, and somebody wants to provide extra slander for his case. Please raise your hand.
He gets no bitches. I'm sorry, he's got the abs out. with
Sure,
the-
come up, sir.
Oh, we're pushing the agenda, or am I?
Yeah, you're pushing the agenda. Don't worry, I'm gonna act as Mihawk's lawyer. I'm not licensed, by the way, but let you come up. And here's what I'll do: give you a minute, speak your case, and I will come with a rebuttal. Hey Google, set a timer for 1 minute. All right, and timer will start now.
I just want to say first thing first. In one of the anime, he does not have toilet paper in his bathroom. I just want to say that first.
Oh, the giant toilet.
Yeah. Secondly, I just want to say that when the Marine were coming after him, we never seen him do anything, really. He somehow got out. It's key.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna lie. That's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
It's okay. Thank you for coming up. What's your name again, sir? All right. All right. Okay, Dracula. I get it. Showed up in the East Blue, destroyed some fodder. But keep in mind, you gotta go a little hard to be running around on the Grand Line on a small ass dinghy boat shaped like a coffin. Kind of hard to do that. If you can make an entire battalion run away from you, yes, they might be fodder, but at the end of the day, if you can't take out a man on a dinghy boat, you gotta be worth something. And I suppose another thing is, it's never been under anyone. Has anyone seen proof that somebody was a captain of Mihawk? Nah. We might not have seen him fight somebody the top of the class, but he's never actually taken an L.
Facts, though.
I'm just saying.
What if he just became a warlord before that could happen?
Before it could happen? Well, it depends on how long the warlord system's been
That's what I'm
around.
saying. So if he became a warlord when he was like, I don't know, like, what if he became a warlord before that could happen? Like, he would have been under somebody, but then he became a warlord, and then that didn't happen because his bounty froze and, like, the whole warlord system. And now it's abolished, so that could happen again, but...
So the funniest thing about that is, in the history of Mihawk, he has actually been shown to pretty much predecess Zoro, even in the title. But his case, instead of being a bounty hunter, he was a marine hunter. So he wanted the smoke back then. And the only reason he doesn't care about it now, which my head can, he got bored. He cared about the swordsmanship. His only real opponent was Shanks. Honestly, nobody else came along to stop him. He got bored and decided to go along with the Marines. And he was always separate. I will take a question.
if Shanks was the only one who could match Mihawk, how come Mihawk didn't win even after Shanks lost an arm?
Here's the thing. They always had a draw. It was never a who won or lost. It was always a draw. That's what they said.
Even after his biggest rival lost his arm, he still can't win?
That's not about him not winning. He just think it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, he chose not to fight him anymore.
I don't know.
He,
Man.
that was Shank's best arm. That was his best arm. And then it was like, all right, I'll take this L for a second. He probably didn't want to deal with the fact that like Shanks isn't going to be fighting with just straight swordsmanship anymore. He's going to be using his force equivalent to what hockey is, because Shanks is different in that way. Shanks is all about the sport, but if you really wanted to push him to fight to the death, do you really want to go down that route? Is it worth it? Anyways, that's my case for it. Mihawk just wanted to be somebody who lives in peace. And even though he seems like a bum in the case of like running from fights, he's not a bum in other areas. When he had house guests over, he did the cooking and he did the cleaning. Just saying.
And still had time to train Zoro.
That's also true. He did all that. How many niggas in One Piece you know that actually do all three of those things? I went with Best of Time. I'll end my case there. Now, do we still agree with the fact that Mihawk is a fraud? You can raise your hand, yes.
Oh, it's fine. No.
Okay.
You didn't debate the fact that he doesn't wipe.
That he doesn't wipe? Who does wipe in the area of pirates? Actually, you don't know. He's probably hiding his toilet paper. Because you know what happens when you have people in your house that use up all your good toilet paper? You ever have roommates?
Why don't you just bring out the bad toilet paper for them?
Nah, they gotta fend for themselves. Get the leads.
I think we know Mihawk's not a fraud, but it's just funny. Maintaining the agenda.
This is true. Somebody gets it. All right. There's no winner necessarily for that topic, but thank our mans here for participating. Stood up. That's appreciated. All right. Our next topic. What does Dragon do besides looking east?
Come on, you got no faith in the dragon. No faith.
No faith?
No faith.
I mean,
he got a whole organization to run. Right. He don't got time to be fighting. He got people to do it.
Sure he doesn't, right? Oh, apparently he does not. However, if you are caught up on One Piece, by the way, this panel will have spoilers. If that is an issue, you can cover your ears or you can walk out. Or go into a flashback for 5 episodes and then you can come back. But everybody knows what happened with Kuma, right?
Yeah.
Your boy Dragon had all this time. And we saw what happened at the end. Now, it just ended up proving how goated Kuma was. But still, problematic. But
Wasn't part of that his choice? It was mainly his choice.
I mean, it sounds like somebody wants to defend Dragon.
No, I'm talking about Kuma.
Oh, Kuma?
I'm talking about Kuma.
So no brave soul wants to try to defend the honor of Luffy's father? Damn. Oh wait, you got a contender?
We got one.
Okay. Come on up, sir. Now, who wants to add to the slanderous allegations against this man? Raise your hands if you are interested in doing so. This is open discussion. It doesn't even have to be completely truthful. You just gotta sell it. It's a part of the agenda. I mean, he's probably not always looking east, but I mean, it's kind of hard. But there has to be, somebody interested jumping up here. If not, I will continue the slander myself. Oh, is that a Goku Black back there?
Yeah, go watch the Slander.
Some slander? Yeah.
Goku Black with the Slander. Always possible.
Clean white shoes too. Oh man, this is about to get ugly. About to get them shits bloody, huh?
Stop.
All right. So, a minute seems like a long time. Don't worry. All right, we're gonna work this out. Give you 1 minute, 30 seconds each. Wish I had a coin to go heads or tails on this one. Actually, let's do rock, paper, scissors for you guys. See who goes first. All right. Best of one, no rematch.
Alright, so are we going rock, paper, scissors, and then go, or rock, paper, scissors, and go?
You can do rock, paper, scissors, go.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh. Let's sync it up, boys. Sync it up, boys.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Goku Black wins. All right, you get the mic and the timer. We'll start now.
Where was our man looking when his son was in Impel Down? Where was our man looking when his son was in Alabasta? Where was he looking when he was in Punk Hazard fighting drug-addicted youth? Looking east, he was not helping no one, no way, no how. I don't know the last time I saw this man funnel a revolution that did something important for the plot. He has been chilling, looking. I don't think he's even awake. I think he's actually sleeping with his eyes open. And I'm tired of pretending he is conscious during these panels. Anything that is said to be attributed to him is fan fiction. And I'm not gonna pretend otherwise, all right? These are all anime fillers, manga fillers even. It's just taking up panels for creative liberties. I rest my case.
You ate that.
35 seconds left on the clock.
He said,
Wow,
I need
held
that
in
one.
case.
So Jen just pushed.
All right, go.
So Dragon is always looking east. No matter where he is, no matter what's going on, he's always looking east. That has to be the most efficient and effective compass I have ever seen in my entire life. Put some respect on that man's ability to always know where east is, no matter where he is or no matter what is happening in the world. An eternal log post that points east. Have you ever heard of such a thing? No. One of a kind. Dragon is one of a kind. Also, in his defense, with the whole situation with Kuma and Bonnie, Dragon was the one that introduced Kuma to Vegapunk. And Vegapunk was the one who found a way to cure Bonnie. So, in a sense, Dragon saved Bonnie's life.
But he didn't save JD's life.
All right.
Yeah, he's the leader of the organization. He's delegating.
Okay. All righty then. So, anybody want to offer rebuttals?
I've painted a good picture of that deadbeat.
All right then. Thank you.
Tyrell.
Alex. All right. Thank you. Give it up for Tyrell and Alex. So, do we agree with the defense of Dragon?
I'll agree with it.
That was like everybody wants to blame Dragon for what he did or didn't do as a parent, but can we talk about what Garp definitely didn't do? And that was like give a fuck about his family. Let's get into that.
Give a fuck about his family. You know, it's an interesting way to look at it. Do you have something you want to?
Do they ever meet in the manga? Dragon and Luffy?
Yeah, they met. Well, I mean, they met in the anime too. They'll probably meet in season 2.
And he
Of,
brought
live
the
action.
eggs
I
over
mean, he
to
literally saved him.
He's a deadbeat. What was this man doing? Always looking to eat.
To me, I was like, all right,
Good job. Is he a captain?
Right.
a captain. Dragon is not a pirate. Remember, he does not operate on the same wavelength in that way. However, given the fact that he did save his son in a situation where he was bound to lose, this was early Luffy. He knew it was like, yo, he's like level 2 going against some level 20 dude that literally he can't do no damage to. Give this nigga a chance to grow first before you start whipping his ass. He's not even an adult yet. He's still a kid. So at least give Dragon that. And also, let's remember one other thing about him looking east. Because where did Luffy grow up? Where was he born? Exactly.
You keep going east, you'll eventually get back around.
Oh yeah. So, real quick. So do we agree with the defense or the slander? Vote for the defense. Raise your hand. Okay. I think for the slander, do you agree? Raise your hand. Okay then. Exactly. My man maintained the defense. Good job. I don't think I could have done that myself. Stick around in the front row. For later. Okay, I got another topic here. Now this is a real debate right here, right? I know some people have their choices here. We have Zoro versus Sanji. Who's better? Now this isn't about who's stronger. I mean, you can debate that if you want to.
I mean, that get back to saying.
Yeah, wait, who's better? What are like?
The criteria, right? What?
Who's a better character?
Who? Yeah, it's character, strength, everything down the list. That when you look at both characters, who brings more to the table?
Answer and change.
Did you? Yes. I need you to. I would need you. Hold on. I'm gonna come over to you and give you the mic, sir. Zoro is better than Sanji? Okay.
Yeah, he said 100%.
Okay.
Like that.
Ooh.
I think Sanji's a better character.
I hear some divisiveness in here. God dang. Okay. All right. So let's pick a representative for each. Who wants to represent Zoro? Okay. You comfortable with standing up here, sir? How you doing, man? Good. What's your name? Alex. Nice to meet you. How long you been enjoying One Piece, sir?
I've been doing it for a while.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for coming up. Who wants to defend Sanji? Put me in the back? Okay. Shout out there like a blackleg. Come on here, bro. Greetings, sir. What is your name? How long you been enjoying One Piece?
I was going to go Zoro, but I'm really fair.
Years.
I'm
Why? You said
Then like came back into it, pretty much like going through, picked back up, like one, and on yeah, one thing like everything.
Yeah, you get. Sometimes it can be a slog, especially if you're watching anime. Woo! Me and my partner have been through that Wano session. That was crazy. Took a break for almost like 2 months.
Yeah, definitely gotta take a break. Yeah, definitely gotta take it.
All right then. So, obviously in this situation, you're fighting for your case. But you also want to slander the shit out of the other person. So, we'll start with the slander, and then you can come with the rebuttals, as usual. 1 minute, 30 seconds. And, oh yeah, rock, paper, scissors. See who goes first.
Are we gonna go on shoot? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Alrighty then.
So I slander first?
Yes. Get the slander first. You get the mic, and I will start the timer for you, sir. And 3, 2, 1, go.
How y'all feeling today?
Pretty good.
Alright. I heard a lot of people making some sly comments about my guy. So I'm gonna start with all the great things about Sanji. It doesn't take a while to get through it because everything he's done has been impactful, right? First of all, Zoro's never sacrificed anything for Luffy, ever. Like, other than...
That's a crazy way to start. Let him maintain his interest.
My time back.
All right. Peace and
I'm on your side, and I know that's wrong. Let's not lie. Let's not.
I don't think those are the words you meant to say.
Yeah.
Let's not.
That's already started.
Listen, I'll give you a little bit more time back. So, how do I start? I'll go ahead and keep it.
Just start for like 60 seconds.
Rewind that.
We can rewind that?
Yeah.
I got time.
Alright.
Let's get from the start. Sanji was ready to die by Luffy when Kuma pulled up. Sanji was already the first one who was like, alright Zoro, it's all good. I saw you fighting. I saw you use those fake muscles that Oda never wrote for you again. It's all good, I get you. You can go sit this one out. I'm good. And Zoro sneaked, who's supposed to be his right-hand man, in the back just to claim the glory? That's first of all. Second of all, Sanji fought back against his blood for Luffy. We don't even know who Zoro's blood is, right? We're not gonna talk about no stairs. I don't wanna hear no backstory. He don't got one. He don't need it. Sanji fought back against his blood, his family, one of the strongest Yonko. We're not gonna talk about how Oda likes Zoro more and he always writes Sanji into a bad situation. We're not gonna deal with all the dirt grind. Like, we're not gonna deal with all that for Zoro. I should have had 30 more seconds, because Sanji did a lot of great things. But it's all good, I'm gonna defend.
Thank you for that. That was quite spicy.
That's not spicy. That's a cold tea.
Hold on. Let me, I gotta reset this time. Alright. It's okay. I'll leave the after. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so all you guys is Zoro actually was willing to full on die for Luffy day one that he was on crew. Like day one. He was day one, like
4 episodes in.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And also like Zoro had to like sing Sanji because like yeah, he was the one who actually took like Luffy's pants up. He was the one who saved Luffy like with Kuma. I'm pretty sure I'm like what only like I'm not that far in, but what I know for a fact that like Zoro did 100% did more than Sanji. Because what did Sanji do? Scare the hose away. That's all he did. Like for most of the time, all he did was scare the hose. Apparently, like Sanji's just on like Zoro training, like doing all this great stuff. Sanji's scaring the hoes, like just fumbling everybody. Zoro's not even trying, and he's getting like I don't know really, cause I'm still like again on and off again. I am like currently in my off phase with One Piece because like, but I just gotta say.
Solid defense.
All right. Now for the rebuttals. Okay. So we'll go ahead and wait for it to start. 3, 2, 1.
All right, I gotta tap in a little bit too, guys. You know, One Piece is like a bad relationship. It's on again, off again. What? You don't. When you pick it up, you put it back down. You think you committed, and then you kind of stop watching for a while. So I'm trying to remember. But I do know for a fact that's my guy. I would do anything for that guy right there. That guy went on solo missions for Luffy 2 times. We're not going to talk about sacrifices back in episode 4. Everybody remember episode 4, because that's about as far as most people get into One Piece. Come on. You're not even going to make it to Sanji most of the time. You're not going to see that man smoking in front of the train. You're not going to see that man going and stepping on the table in front of his pops after he just learned that his mother died. About to fight his pops, the only blood he got left. You're not going to see that man saving the crew while Zoro was in Wano living a Oda samurai journey. Did anybody enjoy watching that?
Yes.
No. I don't want to see Zoro do the same thing Mihawk did with a knife. I don't want to see nobody copying feats. I don't want to see that. I want to see someone who's willing to do anything for the crew, who's willing to fight somebody who's stronger than him any day on the crew. So I know Zoro's stronger than Sanji, but we talking about who's a better character. Don't hate on my man just because he got a weakness. He got no backstory.
Yeah, he almost died like this, by the way.
That weakness, he was like,
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tap in for like some help. Like, I know that part. So like, everyone want to tap in. Like,
Anyone want to help my man here? He needs some backup. Okay.
Backup for Zoro?
Any back? Raise your hand. Come up, madam. I see the ambition. I see you.
Yo, who needs help?
My name is Nia. Head of the Sword Swallower agenda. I just want to say, you said a lot of things like, oh, we would never see Zoro like standing up against his family and stuff like that. Would we ever see Zoro like invisible in a women's bathhouse?
He's gross.
It was in the anime and the manga, and a lot of other times, with a lot of minors, and he almost died from blood loss. And I feel like
Fishman Island.
A lot of the times, I feel like a lot of his character was made to be about this gag, this disgusting, pedophilic, misogynistic gag. We can debate about whether that's. I mean, no, it's not a debate. It's Oda, obviously. Sanji's character, he doesn't actually have the agency to do all of those things. I'm gonna blame him like he does, but Zoro's not doing that. I've never had to defend Zoro from pedophilia. That's all I'm saying. I can say a lot more.
If you want, I'll give you 30 seconds for a good rebuttal for that.
Well, hold on. Careful what your words were about to say. Careful what you're about to say. Careful. Think about what you're about to say.
All right.
Didn't Zoro fall in love with a Marine girl because she looked like his old sparring partner who was like
No, he didn't.
12 years old?
And that's his cousin. He did not fall in love with her.
Then you fall in love with her. But either way, I'm not gonna argue against Oda's favorite character. Zoro is Oda's favorite character. He can be your favorite character. That don't mean he a better written.
Nah, it's Buggy.
Okay. All right, I'll give closing remarks for you guys. This was very, very hotly contested. So, I'll hand it back over.
We could talk about who's a better written character. Of course, Sanji has a great backstory arc. Whole Cake Island was great and really fleshed him out as a character. But who's number 2? And who has San in their name and by fate can never even surpass number 3?
There's a clear 2 and a clear 3.
Zoro had a lot of highs. But who was right behind him every moment? Who shares half the panels with him? Who was outside? I don't remember the arc, but right before they went to the Capitol, outside the train, in Water 7. There you go. Who had Whole Cake Island? You said Zoro for everything else. You said Zoro.
He only didn't go to Whole Cake Island because he probably would have killed Sanji.
I got one more for you though. And who got no backstory?
I mean, Zoro quite literally does have a backstory. You mentioned it already.
No.
So.
Zoro got one arc. Sanji got 2.
Okay, there's a lot of other Straw Hats who don't have fully fleshed out backstories, but are still great characters. That's all right.
But my man,
I didn't say he doesn't have a great backstory. He absolutely does.
I mean, he can't even grow a beard.
Is Sanji part of the worst generation?
No. Zoro's not even in it anymore.
He's a sword.
They got rid of him off the
He's not a fighter though.
Hold up.
Thank you, bro. You read the manga.
Hey, Zoro pushed that girl down the stairs.
And what does Sanji do to women?
Besides losing fights to them.
Exactly.
Hey, who do you want to cook? Who do you want to cook? Who's gonna feed Luffy? Who's gonna feed
That's like
Luffy?
not, I actually have an entire presentation about that. Not true.
All right, we got some interesting thoughts on this. Clearly, this is a topic that could go for much longer. Thank you guys for coming up. And my mans, I know you stepped down earlier. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate it. It's not always easy trying to come up and speak your opinion in your mind. Thank you. All right, I'm going to keep it very simple here. Hands up for Zoro.
There's a clear 2 and a clear 3. Sanji not even 3 anymore.
Okay. All right, I see the crowd. All right, for Sanji. Yeah, it unfortunately goes to 10 minutes. I feel. Listen. Somebody gets a lot of slander. It's unfortunate. All right, apparently we got 10 minutes left. Apparently. Can we get this out real quick? I got one more topic for y'all. Who will be the next Pirate King? Now this right? Yeah. This is based off of the 4 commanders, and here it is. I'm going to give everyone at least a minute and 30 seconds to plead the case for why their guy is possibly going to get to be the Pirate King.
Blackbeard.
All right. Let me get it. Who wants to choose Buggy?
Is it off screen? That's the real question.
Man in the back. Man in the back. Who wants to do Shanks?
Shanks already had it and chose it.
No defender for Shanks?
He already said don't.
Clock's gonna keep him from it.
Do you want to defend Shanks? All right, let's go, Superman.
Don't stop defending Buggy. It's crazy.
All right. What about Marshall D?
As a liar, we love a liar.
Marshall D. Teach.
Can't make us game.
You can come up again.
Buggy been pressing.
And lastly, the main character, Monkey D. Luffy.
Just like plot armor.
Yeah, I feel like plot armor.
Legitimate case for my man. Alright, so that's what? We'll just leave Luffy out of this for now? Because he's the main character?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna go first. You know what? I'm gonna give it to you first. We'll go down the line.
In this thesis, I will be reporting on the importance of Bucky's character, not only for the plot, but for the real world in which we live. Oda has directly created worlds, islands, dichotomies, governments, subplots, and people with complex stories. But one thing that remains true is Oda is telling the truth. Oda has created areas where there were pedophile islands. Oda has created areas where you see oceans rising. That shit's happening right now. Oda has also created truth in capitalism. And if one thing is true, Buggy is going to do one thing and one thing alone. He's going to fail upward. There is no other character who in America can empathize this as much as we live in a world today. I don't know about you, but I don't know anyone who gets 34 felonies can still become the president of the United States. So, for my personal opinion, I feel like Oda has created a story that's so much more counterculture than the same main character is going to be going on a plot and then he's going to win the girl, or main character goes on a 2-year hiatus, gets real strong, and then he goes and defeats everybody else. That's been there, done that, but I also feel like Oda's a little too more on the nose for that. And Shanks, I mean, they've been saying that Shanks is supposed to get it the whole time because he's got no other fruit other than Haki. So I think it would be great to just have a F you to everybody else and just say Buggy. That's my
We all know my boy Shanks, right? And you don't think, what could possibly put him in the running here that no one wants to defend him? Well, I have to say, as somebody like Shanks, with no devil fruit, paralleling, Goldie Roger? He's paralleling Goldie Roger being a hockey man, right? And not only that, not only is he a hockey man, he is also part of Mary Drouot. He is a celestial dragon descendant, right? Because of this. I apologize. All right, and because he's a celestial dragon, technically he is one of the kings of the world. But he is one of the kings of the world, right? And because he is one of the kings of the world, and he's a pirate, he kind of already there. And not only that, Oda is not a reliable source. What are you talking about? That's an Oda headcanon. That makes no sense. Shanks is technically a king, and he's already a pirate. He's already there. He's son to Luffy. Luffy wears his hat every day. Every day. He does more cool off-screen stuff than Titch over here. He does more cool off-screen stuff. You turn your head, oh shoot, he's a celestial dragon. What did Titch do? I don't know, bit a fruit 2 times or whatever. I don't know. What did he do? Well, he's already there. Too late. Like he's one of the kings of the world technically by blood, and he's a pirate. That's the pirate king. Maybe not king of the pirates, but a pirate and a king. That's just the same thing. The semantics. Here you go.
before I talk about my GOAT, I gotta get him on his playing field.
The darkest.
All right. All right. Before I start giving out his feats, I gotta say, this is gonna look sports. I'm not gonna say it. Who was his father? I didn't want to say it. All right. Now let's give him some of his feats. Who gave Shanks that scar before he even got his fruit? Who killed Whitebeard's commanders before he even had the devil fruit? Who has 2 devil fruits, which is stated to not even be scientifically possible in the One Piece? Okay. Now let's continue. Who beat Law? Thank you. Matter of fact, who took out the rest of Whitebeard's pirates after Whitebeard died? Thank you.
Who's broke? All of them.
Matter of fact,
They're
the king,
all broke.
the last king of the pirates, he had his own hat, right? Who has his own hat? They don't even have a hat. And matter of fact, Luffy doesn't have his own hat because it came from Shanks.
Well, Shanks didn't get that. That wasn't Shanks' hat either.
How Shanks hat? Right, where's my case? Where's my case? Blackbeard has more feet.
Thank you. Okay, very compelling cases from everyone here. All right. I'm gonna go down the line. I'm gonna start the other way. Votes for Teach. Okay. Somebody understands the off-panel success. All right. For Shanks. Damn. For Buggy. Damn, Buggy D Clown takes it.
He's falling up for a reason.
Money wins.
If you wanted Luffy, you should have defended his title. Nobody wanted it.
I feel like it's not worth defending because we all know it's going to be.
We don't know that.
Time out.
Buggy the same dude who got beat up by like. So I got a question. I got a real question. So outside of Awakened Buggy, we're not gonna talk about that. Do y'all think anyone is gonna solo Luffy right now? On screen.
Are you saying if they could or if?
They could. Yeah, I think they could.
There's definitely 2 people who could probably solo Luffy.
That's not fair.
Who can? We definitely know who can.
We're saying Teach and Shanks and Buggy. All solo Luffy.
No. Buggy.
You say what?
How can I help you, sir?
I would like to say something in the defense of Buggy.
Okay.
I want to say something.
You won, but sure.
I mean, sure, but anyway, it don't matter who can beat Luffy or who can't. Buggy right now is the emperor. Is he really an emperor? No, it's Crocodile and Mihawk. What we see is different. Exactly, it's different than what the audience perceives. Of course, Luffy's gonna win the One Piece, but in the eyes of the public, in the eyes of the One Piece world, Buggy the Clown will be the one that's We've already seen it don't matter who can box, Buggy got no hands. It don't matter who got hockey, Buggy can't do that shit. None of it matters.
Great PR.
Alright. Listen, I can maybe I'll take maybe one other question. Sir, could you come up to the front, please? I know unfortunately didn't have everything here for you guys today. I appreciate all y'all for coming out. For the winners, quote unquote panel, stay ahead. Let me get your name and your number. I have prizes for y'all.
I just want to say.
That's you.
Wait. I was Otis Slander, but I want to say real quick, I feel like I'm missing Garp is a coon. That's all I want to say. That's my take. All right.
All right.
Garp, when it comes to Okay. I'm here for letter on it. I'm not. I'm here for the Otis Slander.
Oh, okay. All right, this last bit for the Otis Slander. Go ahead.
I mean, y'all. I don't know how many of y'all are like caught up, or like you seeing like SBS and stuff like that. We gotta take him out.
Wait. Oda ate the pedo fruit. He's wait. I need my ending.
After he finishes One Piece.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Then we can get him. I can't go.
One Piece in jail.
I feel like there's some breaking news on that.
Wait, is this? I know this is regarding the recent SBS about what is it about? Like Nami and them.
It's deeper than that. It was about the women. We also gave us Gecko Mori the backstory.
He's best friends with him.
He came from Wano.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Loki might be a little mad about the fact that Zoro's backstory was put in the SBS.
That's not what I'm talking about. What's it called? Rono Tension?
But no, I understand where you're coming from though.
Yeah.
Like,
So much. Like he would die for that pedophile before he gets the fuck about his own mom.
you're talking about the creator of Rurouni Kenshin. Yeah. That's probably like a weak point. I would definitely say for Oda, unfortunately, is that whatever I guess like they had as a relationship, he's not gonna slander that man for whatever reason. That's his choice. Don't know if that necessarily makes him a pedophile, but it does make him questionable in character, to a degree.
Sanji was
Look how he draws Rebecca.
Sanji was not crying because
Bonnie.
I can never tell.
Crazy about.
Bonnie's egghead outfit.
I'm not gonna lie. If you wanna, I'm not gonna lie. It's like yes, Oda's proportion shit is crazy. Granted, any woman that is close to an adult literally has the same build now for whatever reason. And with that being said,
His pick Nami, his who Nami.
not as weird as it is, I will say like you're gonna have to pretty much go after most of Japan at that point. Also for that.
We're getting all.
Oh, yeah, we're getting all the band.
Okay, like I said, I was like, yo, take that beef with all of them, especially those ones who write like not I'm trying to remember like the isekais. Oh yeah, definitely the isekais. Most definitely. But, okay, I probably gotta get out of here. Thank you guys for coming. The winners, please step up so I can get your name and your contact information or whatever. I'll be at the con. I don't know if you want to wait for me to try to run back and bring you back prizes, but I can try to meet up and give you prizes for tonight. Thank you for participating. And hopefully, if I get to do this again, it'll be a bit more concrete. I will not try to play in a tournament prior to this. I mean, I won, but like, still.
Congrats. Oh, so that was the last match.
Yeah, that was the last match. Okay, I kind of needed it for the weekend. Then recoup some kind of money. But thank you all for coming. Yes, please step up. It's like you, sir.
Oh.